to my 4 subscribers. How are there 4 of you now? I have no idea. Also, hello to anybody else who watches this video. My other video about this topic, being Fate the Winx Saga and my problems with it, that video got almost 50 views before I privated it because of some comments. One nasty person commented gross. I don't even know what they were referring to. I don't know what they mean by that. I privated it because, one, I was mostly half asleep when I recorded it and just ranting incoherently about Fate, the Winx Saga, if you can even call it that, to be honest. We'll get to that, and somebody else left a really, really condescending comment, and I deleted it because of insecurity. I generally don't know what to do with hate comments. I've never got a hate comment on a fan fiction, which is honestly surprising. Some of my old works were hot garbage. Please don't try to find my Wattpad or anything. That would be humiliating. Unless some of you came from Wattpad or something, then you're cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is address my problems with Fate. My first problem is that the wonder that I had when I was a kid, the childhood that I experienced, all the characters that I loved are either gone, whitewashed, or just not even thought about in a positive way. Oh, or replaced. Like, apparently the tricks were made into one character named Beatrix, and that's so subtle, so amazing, just so you get a slow clap. Good for you. And they removed Brandon. They replaced Flora. They didn't even think of Techna. It's just my problems with the show are kind of all over the place. But all the characters that I knew and loved are either gone or boring as hell. And honestly, Dark and Gritty is fine for like shows that are meant for grown-ups. Like, I enjoy some shows on Hulu, like Light as a Feather, or like that's really good, by the way. I met the author of the book and she's really nice. If you want something dark and gritty, like, watch something on Hulu. Hellstrom's pretty good. Light as a Feather's pretty good. Don't go to Netflix for your dark and gritty shows. Like, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, for example, was okay at first. I don't really like what they did with witchcraft and Satanism. I really don't like what that show became. I liked it at first. I stopped liking it after Harvey and Sabrina broke up, but Ross Lynch is a great actor. I don't know any of the other actors' names, but they're all great actors. They're all okay. They just, after season 1, after like book 1 or whatever it was called, it just lost all interest for me. I still like the comic books though. Those are pretty good. They have a lot more. Sorry, I have acid reflux. They have a lot more like to them than the than the show did. And honestly, Riverdale is a whole different can of worms. It's a whole different thing. But if you're gonna try to make Riverdale and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina like show out of Winx Club, the most colorful, magical, just the highlight of my childhood. Of a lot of people's childhoods, apparently. A lot of people share this sentiment. Don't believe me? Look on Tumblr or Facebook or something. So many people my age early to mid 20s, maybe even early 30s, love this show and love the 4 Kids dub, love everything about it, except Fate the Winx Saga, because Fate is ruining it. I even like season 7. I am one of those people who likes season 7. Season 8, I mean, the only thing I like about season 8 is giving Icy a backstory, to be honest. Okay. I just, and all the whitewashing and just making Tara into a gossip queen who doesn't, who like gossips about her friends behind their backs, and like that's all I really know about the character, and apparently grew up around Althea. Just like take it away, please. Make her go away. Bring Flora back. She's so much better. And having only one person of color in the main cast, when in fact the original Winx Club had 3 people of color in it. Techna, not Tech. Fuck, Techna's white. Flora, Layla, or Aisha, depending on the version you watched, and Musa are all coded as people of color. I say coded for the same reason that Unicorn of War says COVID. Or, not COVID, coded. I cannot speak today. Uses the word coded to describe these characters. Because they're not from Earth, therefore they do not go by Earth's races. They aren't Asian, Hispanic, or Black. They are coded that way because they don't fall into Earth nationalities. But they were inspired by an Asian, Hispanic, and Black influential celebrities from back then. Aisha Layla was, I'm just gonna call her Layla for this because that's a version I know. Layla was Beyonce inspired. Flora was J-Lo inspired. Jennifer Lopez, and Musa was Lucy Liu inspired. And Lucy Liu is such a great actress, honestly. She plays Watson in Elementary. She's really good. She's really interesting. Okay, here's part 2 of this video. What went wrong with my last video? Well, for starters, I was half asleep when I recorded it. I had just gotten off of work, and I had just seen the trailer for Fate. Sorry, I keep kicking the tripod. I had just seen the trailer for Fate, and wasn't happy. And seeing it all over Tumblr and people hating on it just fueled my fire. I am not, absolutely not, giving this show a chance. I won't even let it breathe the same air as Winx Club for me. And that's for very personal reasons that I just will not support a show like this that ruins, takes all these characters, not even all of them, just takes characters that I personally love and ruins them. And you can argue that like season 8 or like the later seasons that were on Nickelodeon, specifically Nick Jr., or that Nickelodeon ruined them, but no. They still felt like Winx Club to a certain extent, even when they were on Nickelodeon, and even with season 8. It still felt like that show I would get up on Sunday mornings as a kid at like the crack of dawn at like 6 a.m. to go downstairs, eat my Cheerios or whatever, and watch Winx Club at like 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I lived for that as a kid. I carried around like an AC doll everywhere I went, and I would talk to it and imagine it was talking back. I carried that doll around from like age 4 to age 10, maybe 12. It went on for far too long, according to my parents at least. I shouldn't have posted that video immediately after recording it. I should have probably waited a little bit, like gone to bed and rewatched it in the morning or something. I definitely should have done something that would have stopped me from posting this video that honestly wasn't very educated or well thought out at all. I think I described Winx Club as a no-no word that would get you sent to the principal's office. I don't remember because I didn't watch the video. Because I didn't watch the video again. So here are some recommendations for shows to watch instead of Fate if you... Sorry guys, I just ate dinner and I have like a filling that came out. And so if you see me like doing weird shit with my... Gotta censor that now. Doing weird stuff with my mouth, that's why. So if you, like me, do not want to watch Fate the Winx Saga, but either want to still watch Netflix or for whatever reason cannot cancel your Netflix subscription. Like my Netflix subscription is controlled by my dad and my whole family watches Netflix, so I can't really ask them to cancel it on good conscience because a lot of their favorite shows are on Netflix. Some of my family like to watch Avatar, and that's the only platform that has it. But if you want a recommendation of what to watch instead, all dubs of Winx Club, including Italian, 4Kids, and Cinelum, are on YouTube. All you have to do is search for Winx Club 4Kids TV or Winx Club English dub or any of that. There's a channel also on YouTube called Winx Club English that is officially licensed and officially posts every season of Winx Club on YouTube. And if you absolutely want to keep your Netflix subscription and to watch something Winx Club related on Netflix, I believe in America, season 7 is on Netflix, and then in other countries, if you have a VPN or something, not sponsored at all, not even remotely sponsored, but if you have a VPN, not telling you which one to use, you can, like, say you're in another country and watch season 8, season 2, whatever season is on Netflix in that country. I know that season 7 is on in America, and then there's also a Netflix, pardon the stutter, Netflix original series called World of Winx. It's a different art style, not as jarring as season 8, but still a bit different. But it's a lot more appealing visually than season 8 is, to be honest. You can watch, like, it's really interesting. There aren't specialists or anything, so like, there aren't boys. There are boys, but like not boyfriends. There's like a interesting spy aspect of it, kind of like Totally Spies, but a bit better, in my opinion at least. Like, Netflix better keep their grubby little paws off of Totally Spies, because that was a big part of my childhood too. Kind of nowhere near as big as Winx Club, but like, you get the idea. Ooh, I'm looking a bit shiny. Oh well. Just noticed that. Also, if you guys are wondering why there's light on one side of me, it's because I don't have adequate lighting on the other side of the room. Anyway, World of Winx is pretty good. If you don't mind the tricks and the other The only person from any of the original Winx Club show who's there is Roxy. The villain, I don't want to spoil I don't want to go into spoiler territory. The talent thief is a supernatural being, specifically another fairy. I can't say much more than that without going into spoiler territory. But a hint is a lot of it, especially after the season 1 finale, involves Peter Pan, Wendy Darling, just a lot of like old Disney stuff, but make it edgy, kind of edgy. Like the the talent thief is kind of edgy. Captain Hook is a bit edgy. Um, just a bit. It's edgy without being too much. Like the tricks. It's like the tricks and the Witches of Cloud Tower. They were edgy, but it wasn't too much. It never swallowed them whole or anything. Um, Sorry, I have like a group of dolls next to me. Like Dark Serenix Darcy here. I have like some cleaning up for these dolls to do. I have a bit of doll cleaning that I need to do, just some maintenance. Like this specific Stella's hair is a bit of a mess still, even though I made a video about how I was cleaning it. It's still very matted. It's a bit softer now. This bloom turned out great. This bloom's hair turned out great, sort of. Some of it's a bit matted now. It's only because she's been on my desk for a while. I like don't have a very good place to store these dolls. This is the newest to the collection. She is Believe X Bloom. She's beautiful. I love her. Well, this isn't the newest doll, but I wouldn't be able to show the newest doll without moving this camera, moving my phone, and my last video was about that doll, so you can just go ahead, so you guys can go ahead and watch that. The unboxing of the 15 years of Winx Bloom, I believe, was my last video. Okay, now I'm gonna explain what this channel is, or at least what it's supposed to be. I'm not trying to gatekeep anybody. If you guys want to watch Fate the Winx Saga, you go ahead. You do whatever it is that you want to do. My intention here is not to gatekeep. If I like make jokes about Winx being a no word that gets you sent to the principal's office or some shit or something, I mean that as a joke. I don't mean it literally. You guys can do whatever you want. Maybe don't hurt anybody. Maybe don't whitewash, but like, and yes, I know World of Winx was a bit whitewashed. Nowhere near as bad as Fate though. Making the characters a bit paler. I don't know that counts as whitewashing. Sorry. Where was I? This channel is not trying to gatekeep anybody from watching what they want. It's just meant to be nostalgic and like maybe about toys, maybe about TV, maybe about like stuff that I enjoyed when I was a bit younger. Okay, a lot younger. But this isn't necessarily made for kids because like I do have some foul language. I'm gonna be narrating some fan fiction, whatever fan fiction I find that like that's a better example of dark stuff. Like I like grimdark fan fiction from like My Little Pony and stuff. Shout out to the Lost Narrator, by the way, and Magpie Pony. I met them a few years ago. It was really amazing. BronyCon 2019, also known as the last BronyCon. Yeah, that was fun. This channel is just a fun hobby for me to be nostalgic, learn new skills, and talk about things that I enjoy. I genuinely enjoy Winx Club, and I hate what Netflix is doing to it. I hate that apparently Miss Farragon is supposed to be an alcoholic who's bitter and like resentful towards everyone. I hate that Flora was replaced by Tara. I'm not fat shaming anybody. I'm a bit pudgy myself. It's nothing against the actress. It's just the character. I hate that like they're making Riven into some pothead date rape dude. To some pothead who makes freshmen uncomfortable and goes off into the woods to smoke pot when he doesn't get his way or something. I read that somewhere. I hate that this Flora wannabe Tara has a savior complex. Honestly, I hate how like they removed branding completely just so that there can be some drama between Bloom and Stella. I hate that the tricks are now one person. The only time that was valid was at the end of season 2 when they combined themselves into a nightmare monster. That's the only time making the tricks into one character is valid. If that's not what's happening, and this is all my opinion. To me, the only time making the tricks into one character is valid is the end of season 2 after Darkar betrayed them. And they turned into some kind of nightmare monster and kicked ass. This channel is not, like I said earlier, me trying to gatekeep. This channel is not an age play channel. This channel is not inappropriate in any way aside from maybe some foul language and maybe recording a grimdark or two. If I feel like it, and if I find out Winx Club grimdarks are a thing. Like grimdarks as in like creepypastas, not like actual like dark and gritty adult stuff. I am not touching dark and gritty adult Winx Club with a 38.5-foot pole. I would not touch that even with like safety goggles and a hazmat suit. I would not touch that kind of Winx Club content because I personally don't want it and don't like it. This has nothing to do with anyone who does like that kind of thing and would willingly watch that. And I suppose if you were torturing me, interrogating me in an enhanced way, apparently they call torture enhanced interrogation now, and putting like several guns to my head and forcing me to watch it and act like I'm enjoying it, maybe I would watch it and act like I'm enjoying it. Maybe, like, if you're pointing a gun at my head and telling me, watch this or your best friend dies, then I'd watch it, yeah. But as long as nobody's doing that to me, I will not watch it. See my Tumblr about Winx Club. It's a side blog called The Girlfriends of Cloud Tower. It was originally a Murda and Lucy shipping blog, but it's just become its own sentient being now. If you guys want to check that out, you can. I can link it below. This channel isn't a not safe for workplace, but it's also not necessarily made for children. A lot of the conversations I get into are about children's content. However, this channel is meant for adults, whether that be adult toy collectors or maybe even late teens, whether that be toy collectors or adult fans of children's shows such as My Little Pony, Monster High, Ever After High, Winx Club, stuff like that. I never personally got into Ever After High, but I'd be willing to watch it just for this channel. Just for the growth and development of this channel. I deleted my other channel that because I was not getting as much fulfillment out of it as I do this one. I wasn't getting happiness or joy from that channel. I just genuinely love making content that's like more childhood oriented than whatever the hell I feel like oriented. I'm willing to go back and rewatch shows from my childhood for the sake of this channel. I'm willing to watch things that I never ever watched in the first place for this channel. Ever After High being one of them. I'm willing to do anything to help this channel grow and flourish. I never said I wanted to make it into a career or get anything monetized or anything, but I would like to see this channel grow beyond 4 subscribers. Thank you, by the way, so much for 4 subscribers. I never thought I'd get this far with this channel, to be honest, because I made it over a year ago, and at the time it was just me waving a Monster Idol in front of the camera and walking through the woods in my neighborhood. But if any of my subscribers are people who viewed the now private video about Fate the Winx Saga, I apologize. I'm sorry for making that strange of a video and trying to tell you what to watch. You shouldn't take one YouTuber's advice about it. However, I have seen several YouTubers, including Unicorn of War, who makes a lot of lovely Winx Club content, Pixie Locks, who had never seen Winx Club but still made a video about it, and multiple others. I can't think of them all right now. But I will have Unicorn of War and Pixie Locks' channels linked in the description as well, just so that I'm not copywriting anything. Thank you all for subscribing and watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and just remember that you are... Sorry guys, gotta go now.